Oh, yeah. First wildcard game takes us to San Francisco. The 49ers swept the Seahawks in the regular season, outscored Seattle 48-20. That game kicks off 4:30 Eastern time from Santa Clara. The nightcap takes us to Duval County for the all-hair game. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags beat Justin Herbert and the Chargers 38-10 in Week 3. That game kicks off 8:15 Eastern time on Saturday night. Welcome in former Notre Dame great and Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. Ryan, I know this is the official playoff debuts for both Herbert and Lawrence, but they have played in a playoff-like scenario. Herbert and the Chargers lost to the Raiders last year in the final week of the season with a playoff spot on the line, while this season Lawrence helped the Jags beat the Titans for the AFC South title. Considering you know what it takes to compete in the playoffs, do you expect nerves or jitters to play a factor for both these quarterbacks?
Absolutely. And after the first hit, look, it's one thing to win your way into the playoffs and get it done in the regular season, but the physicality of playoff games is absolutely insane. You have people's focus and attention. Most teams get an extra little time to get healthy. They're doing everything they can. Coaches aren't wearing guys down in practice. So there's a lot that's going to be different about playing actually in a playoff game. And it's something that you're lucky to enjoy if you're able to in the NFL.
Look, we know that Justin Herbert won't have Mike Williams to throw to. He's got a fracture in his back now. One he suffered in Week 18 against the Broncos in a game that meant nothing to the Chargers' playoff chances. How big of a loss is losing Williams, and how much blame lies at the feet of head coach Brandon Staley for playing him in the first place?
Well, 100% of the blame's on Brandon Staley, and it could be 2 years in a row he's dashed his team's dreams. Last year with the whole situation that happened at the end of the Raiders game, and this year playing Mike Williams, as you said, in a meaningless game. He had to be carted off at halftime there. So a tough situation, but the Chargers have been here before. Mike Williams was out for 4 games this year, and in that run, the Chargers went 4-0. They still have Keenan Allen. Donald Parham, their tight end, has been underutilized, in my opinion, and they've got a receiver, Josh Palmer, that's really playing well. So he'll still have weapons, but make no mistake, that defense is going to be able to key in on one less person, and it's going to draw a lot of problems for everybody in the Chargers.
Well, we know the Chargers social media team has been keeping receipts, Ryan, so you don't want to make any statements or you might end up on a receipt here. The only winning team the Chargers beat this season was the Dolphins. You can print that on a receipt. You can print that on a schedule. That's a fact. The Jaguars come in on a 5-game winning streak. That's also a fact. And here's another fact, a fun fact. Trevor Lawrence has never lost on Saturdays. Going back to his high school days, Ryan, he's a perfect 36-0 on Saturdays. Does Trevor run that record to 37-0?
I do believe so, and it's not just because he's playing phenomenal. He's really worked on everything. He's doubled his touchdowns, halved his interceptions, and increased his completion percentage by 7% in just 1 year. But then the Jags have a staunch defense who hasn't allowed over 250 yards passing since Week 13. So not only do you have Trevor Lawrence and that fantabulous Golden Mane, but you also have a defense that's playing at a high level. It's really going to be fun to watch. I think the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence keep that record perfect on Saturdays for Trevor, and it's going to be a team effort.
I like it. Give it up for Duval County, right?
Yeah.
They'll be screaming Duval all day.
All day. You're just gonna
Let's go.
You're going to be screaming Duval all night.
I love it. I love it.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.